He seemed like he had better command tonight, and yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, I think his stuff is going to continue to be the same. The more he can throw the fastball where he wants, and when he's getting his breaking ball over, he's going to be able to keep himself in the game. So I think that's what we've seen tonight. You know, commanded the breaking ball and threw enough strikes with the fastball, and was able to stay in the game.
What was Nelson doing for 5-6 innings so hard?
He's got good stuff, and he's a guy you got to keep in the strike zone. He's got big movement. The ball's going to be live, so he's a tough guy to keep in the strike zone. I felt like, you know, early on we might have helped him a little bit, and his command got better. But he's one of those effectively wild guys for me that you're not quite sure, can't really count on, even when you get hit in counts, that you're going to get a strike. And then he paints a strike, and it's, you know, so he's a tough guy. His stuff is good.
And you said Ethier was heavy-legged and all those things yesterday. Did he not look heavy-legged scoring from first on a double?
Ground rule double, bounced away. He had one good run inning tonight. We knew exactly how much he had in there.
Do you feel like that the ground ball that they misplay is kind of an opening, an opportunity that you can take advantage of?
Well, you don't think of it like at the time. I don't even know how many outs there are at the time. It seems like there's 2 at the time, and to be able to get that, you know, just you never know it. Again, we talk about so many little things that happen in a game, and sometimes that doesn't cost you anything, and other times you never know what's going to turn into the next thing. So it really gets back to where you want your guys to just not give up any extra outs, and that every extra out that you get could turn into something big.
So Beachy starting tomorrow after 23 months. Sal appears for the first time in 8 years. Are you planning starting Fernando on Sunday or anything we should know?
Well, like maybe playing third. Yeah. So
you're going to announce your own comeback?
No.
How do you think about his performance?
Say it again.
How do you think about his performance today?
It's good. Anytime it's scoreless, it's good. So, you know, he threw strikes, got ahead in the count. You know, he made him swing the bat. You know, that's really what, you know, really efficient. So it was good.
The game was quiet for 5 innings or so. Given where the team losing focus, things just seemed very calm.
Well, it seemed very, you know, when you're not getting any hits, things. I don't know if it's calm. It just seems like nothing's going on. So, but Mike keeps us in the game. Sal comes in and keeps us in the game, gives us a chance, and that's, I think, the biggest thing is that your guys give you a chance to, you know, a couple bloops and a big hit, and then next thing you know, you got something going on.
Have you had much communication with Sal? Have you talked to him about, you know, what kept him going for 8 years to get back there?
No.
You don't speak Taiwanese?
No. Not yet. It's my next language.
Some of your fans sometimes complain that you guys haven't beaten good teams, but the flip side of that is you've really beaten up on, you know, teams with losing records. Do you feel like that's just how teams get to the playoffs, basically?
I just think you got to win X amount of games, and it doesn't matter where you get them. You're going to have to beat some good teams along the way. But again, I think you know they talk about beating the teams you're supposed to beat. This is a good club over there. I mean, I know they didn't play well early. They've been playing well. They've been swinging the bats well. They've been pitching well. So it depends when you catch a team if they're good or not. No matter who you're playing, they got a chance to beat you. Certain stretches of any season, I don't care where a team's at in the standings, they're going to be a really good team. And then there's times when a good team is not going to be a very good. You catch them at the right time, and they're not playing very well. So it don't matter where your wins come from. You got to get yourself in. That's what I talked about earlier. You got to qualify.
Yeah, so
you know, from there you get a chance.
You need to prove to yourselves that you can be contending teams. Is what I'm saying.
I don't know. Not really. You just got to win games. I just think about getting in, and I know we're going to have to beat teams along the way to get there. We're not just going to be able to not win games. So we got to win X amount of games.
Was Andre not as sore as you thought he was before the game, and then walk us through that clutch at bat?
No, he was fine. I mean, he was fine. He could have played if I absolutely had to have him, but I mean, it was like one of those situations. If you keep pushing, then you have a chance of doing something to him. So I just didn't want to let him get over the edge. And really, he's been a guy that swung the bat pretty well off the bench. I think he's got a good swing. It's simple. not a lot to it. He's got experience, and he's a guy that can come off the bench and give you a good at bat.
Mike had a couple, 2 or 3 curveballs that got away. Is that just kind of something that happens if you keep throwing in the dirt like that?
Well, you want to bounce it at certain times, and it's a tough ball to, the curveball's a tough pitch to block because it takes a kind of a back different spin, so it's really a difficult pitch to block. And he's throwing it where we want, and then we just got to try to keep him in front somehow. But you can't leave it up. You got to, a certain time you want to strike out, you got to try to bounce it.